Trump's presidency is just days away. The 47th will take oath coming Monday, and his agenda for the day one in office is already clear. In this video, we will walk you through how does Trump plan to spend his first few hours in office, what issues will be high on agenda, what executive orders Trump is expected to sign, and which initiatives his administration will take on day one. Let's begin. Number 1, immigration overhaul. Trump has pledged to enact some of the most drastic immigration reforms in US history on his first day. His plan includes closing the US Mexico border, reinstating his previous travel bans, and suspending refugee admissions. These measures would likely be enacted through executive orders shortly after he takes office. Stephen Miller, a staunch advocate for stricter immigration policies and Trump's pick for Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, stated that Trump intends to seal the border shut and initiate the largest deportation operation in American history. Trump's mass deportation plan will prioritize criminals, recent border crossers, and individuals with court ordered deportations. To support this effort, federal law enforcement duties would be shifted toward immigration enforcement. Additionally, the Biden era CBP One Migrant app would be discontinued. Trump has also vowed to end birthright citizenship, which would prevent children born to undocumented immigrants in the US from automatically gaining nationality. This policy is expected to face immediate legal challenges. Number 2, pardons for January 6 convictions. One of Trump's more personal promises is to pardon individuals convicted for their roles in the January 6 Capitol protests. He has, on several occasions, indicated that he would act swiftly to pardon many of the 1,500 plus individuals convicted of crimes linked to the protests. In a December interview with Time, Trump said, "I will be looking at January 6 early on, maybe the first 9 minutes. Number 3, climate and energy policies. Trump plans to reverse several climate initiatives introduced by the Biden administration. He has specifically promised to end what he calls the electric vehicle mandate, referring to the EPA regulations that push automakers to sell more electric and hybrid vehicles by limiting tailpipe pollution. During the Republican National Convention in July, he stated, "I will end the electric vehicle mandate on day one." He has also pledged to eliminate Biden's climate subsidies and criticized these policies as part of a Green New scam that harms American energy producers and families. Number 4, federal regulations and cost of living. To combat rising living costs, Trump has vowed to eliminate numerous federal regulations, which he argues have increased prices for goods and services. At a campaign rally in October, he said, "On day one, I will sign an executive order directing every federal agency to immediately remove every single burdensome regulation driving up the cost of goods." He also aims to implement a 1 in 10 out rule where for every new regulation introduced, 10 existing regulations would be eliminated. Number 5, gender and sports policies. Trump has promised to take immediate action to protect women's rights by banning transgender women from participating in women's sports. At a Turning Point USA event in December, he declared, "With the stroke of my pen on day one, we are going to stop the transgender lunacy." Number 6, education and woke policies. Trump has vowed to fight what he calls woke educational practices. On day one, he plans to cut federal funding to schools that teach critical race theory or CRT or enforce vaccine mandates. He also aims to ban CRT in the armed forces and remove federal diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI requirements, which he claims are divisive. Trump's education agenda is expected to face resistance from public school advocates and civil rights groups. Number 7, Russia-Ukraine war. On the campaign trail, Trump consistently pledged to end the war between Russia and Ukraine, which has been going on for 3 years now. Speaking at a town hall in May, Trump declared, "If I am president, I will have that war settled in one day." 24 hours. It will be over. It will be absolutely over. Trump repeated this promise during the September presidential debate, citing his ties with Russia's Putin and Ukraine's Zelensky as key to brokering peace. I will get it settled before I even become president, he claimed. When I am president elect, what I will do is I will speak to one, I will speak to the other, I will get them together. But let's be honest, the crisis now has become way more complicated than it was a year ago. Thanks to Biden's incendiary actions over the past 2 months, the tensions have escalated to a new level. Biden gave long range support to Ukraine, which prompted Russia to update its nuclear doctrine. For Zelensky, the war is far from over and he wants to keep the war machinery running until Crimea is taken back from Russia's control. On the other hand, Russia is not willing to stop the war until it drives out invading key forces from its Kursk region. So there are lots of complications, but Trump has now vowed to end this war within 6 months. But Trump is expected to start the peace process on day one in office. He has already talked to Zelensky over phone, and as per reports, a phone call between Putin and Trump is expected soon. So, yes, Trump will set the ball rolling on day one on the issue of Ukraine war. You see, Trump's first day plans are packed with bold and some might say controversial actions aimed at delivering on his campaign promises. These initiatives, spanning immigration, energy, education, and social policies, are likely to spark significant legal and political battles. Are you with Trump as he embarks on a historical journey to make America great again?